Hey guys, it's Denman back with another video, and this video is going to be all about getting ready for Crucible. So what I want to do today is go over the defenses that I've got set up for this weekend, and I want to talk a little bit about Professor X. I wanted to get a video out going over last round with the attacks that my opponent did on Room 6 with Professor X, but I did not get around to it fast enough. So we'll kind of still pick up on that and discuss a little bit of stuff about Professor X and some counters that you may be able to use if you're going up against a Professor X and you don't have him, that may help you clear Room 6. So we'll go over that at the end. But the first thing we're going to do is go over the defenses that I've got set up for this weekend and kind of the idea behind them and what I'm hoping to get out of each of these rooms. So the first room is Hunting Sense. And of course, on defense and offense, striker characters on successful attack are going to apply bleeds. Okay. Raider and Skirmisher on successful attack are going to hit with an ISO attack if that character had bleed. So in this room, we're going to be using Liberty. They are overpowered with the exception of War Machine, so hopefully that will help us out. Now, the idea behind this is, one, Peggy Carter's going to be pinging all over the place. With her being a striker, she's going to be putting bleeds out there, and we're going to have Raider and Skirmisher on War Machine, Patriot, and Sam. So when they're hitting those targets that she's been pinging, they're going to be getting ISO attacks. And then, of course, Joaquin is also striker, so he'll be throwing a few more bleeds out there on the field for us. So hopefully that will, at the very least, kind of affect some efficiency or pull in a good team to take this team out. So I'm not expecting a ton out of this. I absolutely expect it to get cleared, but hopefully they can, wear down the efficiency a little bit in this room to help out there. Now, next section is Turtle Shell, and in this section, you're going to gain, all characters on offense and defense are going to gain 50% max barrier. On spawn, they're going to barrier themselves for 100% of the character's max health and gain 100% damage. Now, the deal with this room is, if you don't know already, I think everybody knows, but obviously we have the Kahori bug. So when Kahori is on offense, she's literally going to go 6 to 10 times. And in most cases, she's going to wipe out the whole team. Now, my idea with this team here is hopefully with these guys, with Gladiator and Gore and in-game Thanos being overpowered and being gear 20, getting that additional hit points available to them, hopefully they can survive that Kahori onslaught. And, of course, in-game Thanos is going to get triggered, and hopefully he can do some pretty serious damage. And if Pav can get a turn and get out there, he's going to put some slow and things of that out there. So that's my hope, but I'm going to be straight up. I don't expect a whole lot. If they come in here with a big Kahori, it's probably just going to wipe the whole team out. Now, I've had a couple of people ask me, with that being said, why not put Kahori on defense? Well, the reason you don't want to put her on defense is, first of all they're going to have to do on offense is just come in with a couple of characters that are going to give Kahori speed up, and they're going to go before you anyway, and then they're just going to wipe your whole team out. So wasting Kahori in here on defense just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So my hope in this room is a lot like Room 1, and maybe we get a little bit of efficiency points by maybe in-game Thanos, whenever his passive goes off, he might take out one of their team members or two. So that's kind of the theory there. Do I think it's going to hold up? Absolutely not. But that's kind of where we're at in Room 2. Room 3 is, well, let's get in here and kind of go over what it is. So these room rules are neither here nor there. really think they affect any teams that you have in here, but on characters a turn, they're going to damage themselves for 15% and lower their max health by that same amount. I haven't seen this really come into play, but with the room itself, I'm going in with Orcus, all overpowered, and Apocalypse, overpowered as well. Now, I was watching Dacier's video on his defensive teams that he's setting up for Crucible, and he talked about this team, and I really liked the idea behind it. So, certainly going to have to give him credit for this team. I'm going to leave a link in the description to his video. If you guys have not watched it, I would recommend checking it out because he's got some different ideas on defense than what I'm using, and some of them seem like pretty good ideas. I kind of like to try to come up with my own stuff, but this just seemed like a no-brainer. So the idea behind this, of course, is the Apocalypse is going to stop the Night Stalkers from walking over this team. Now, are they still going to be beatable? Absolutely. But it's going to make it really difficult for the Night Stalkers to just come in here and wipe this team out in 5 moves like they typically do. So I haven't been using Apocalypse on offense. He's just been sitting on the bench. So I thought it would make sense to throw him in here, and we're going to see how it goes. Room 4, Supercharged. Of course, this is the room that on offense and defense, after using an ultimate ability, you're going to spread those positive effects to all of the adjacent allies, and ultimate abilities are going to cost 2 less ability energy. So, with that being said, in this room, we are sticking with the trusty. Let's get rid of that pop-up. We're sticking with our trusty Superior 6. Now, if you guys have not been watching my Crucible videos, if you're new to the channel, this room right here has gotten me at least 1 dropped attack every round that I've been attacked since Season 14 has begun. Falcon is going to go right out of the gate with his ultimate, rewind the entire other team, and most people are coming into this room with an underpowered team because they think that it's just a gimme room, and I'm telling you, it's catching everyone by surprise. So I'm going to stick with this room until it stops getting me dropped attacks. So with that being said, we're going to stay with this room, and I'll keep you updated. Obviously, I'm going to be making Crucible videos all weekend long, so we'll see if it continues to hold. But as of right now, it's been getting me a dropped attack every single round. So I'm loving that room right now. All right, now, Mutant Immune System. We're going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to have to also give DACIER some credit on this as well. DACIER, however you say his name. I don't want to mess that up. But in this room, on turn, clear all negative effects from self. Heal self for 10% of max health. Here's the big thing in this room. On turn in, gain defense down. All right, this is why that sentence right there, on turn in, gain defense down, is why I'm using this team in here. So we are using the Vigilantes minus Electra, and we're putting Nightcrawler in here. And here's why. Because Silver Sable does some massive damage with her ultimate, and Punisher does massive damage with his ultimate. Nightcrawler hopefully is going to give us some speed so that we can get both of them going with their ultimates. And we'll see how it goes. If Silver Sable and Punisher both get off their ultimates, they're going to do a lot of damage on the other side. So, and if they're hitting into defense down, that's going to be pretty massive. So we're gonna play with that and see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll be able to, at the very least, grab some efficiency in this room. But we'll just have to see. I like the idea of both of their big ultimates hitting into defense down. We'll just have to see if they're able to get turns or not. All right, and then the last room, the dreaded room. Of course, everybody's fully aware that it basically eliminates all of your speed up. We changed this room up a little bit. So this is a room I want to talk about with you guys. So last week we had Gore in place of Mephisto, okay? And my last opponent attacked me in this room with 2 sacks, okay? And on the third attempt, he had Odin, Old Man Logan, Phoenix, Omega Red, I believe, and I don't remember who else. But on the third attack, he was able to take out the team. And the reason why is because Professor X, he pulled Professor X's ultimate on the second sack. So going into room 3, or the third attack, Professor X and Null both had exhausted their ultimates. And he was able to one-shot the team on the third round with the Odin team. So my thought process was, I'm going to bring in Mephisto and beef up the room a little bit and see if one of their ultimates can sustain until the third attack. And if one of them can sustain till the third attack, we may have a chance to hold this room. So we're going to try that and see how it goes. But I wanted to go over that with you guys, because if you are going up against a Professor X this weekend and you do not have one yourself, 2 sacks and then a big Odin team, ended up beating my team last week with Professor X in there. So that may be something that will work for you guys and help you in room 6 if you do end up facing Professor X. With that, we'll go over whether or not this holds with Mephisto swapping out for Gore. I'm hoping that one of them will hold their ultimate till the third attack, but we'll just have to wait and see. So that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at this weekend. We're going to have, again, a big offense. We're going to have tons setting on the offensive side, because my main goal in every Crucible is to clear every room and absolutely do my best to clear them on the first attack. So when it comes to my defense, my intention, excuse me, is I need to get a dropped attack. That is my goal every single week. I need one of these rooms to get me a dropped attack. I'm going into every single round with the intention of clearing every room on the first turn. So if I can get a dropped attack in any of these rooms, theoretically, that should give me the win. So with that, if room 4 keeps doing what it's been doing and gets me that dropped attack, and somebody mysteriously finds a way to beat room 6 on the first turn, that will still help me out. Now, the other rooms are set up to grab some of that efficiency in the event that I do have somebody clear all the rooms, because then we're going to be down to 5 to 10 points. So, hoping that the other rooms just grab me some efficiency points. If one of them grab a dropped attack, that's just a bonus. So, right now, I've set up my defense to where I'm really looking for a dropped attack at minimum in room 4 and room 6. If I get one somewhere else, that's an absolute bonus. But at the very least, I need these other rooms to suck up a little bit of their efficiency in the event that we do come down to a tight match. So that is my theory crafting when it comes to the defensive side, and that is my goal that I have in place for the offensive side every single week. Now, obviously, if you guys have any questions, if you have ideas of, hey, I think you should try this in that room or whatever, let me know in the comments. I'm always open to hearing what other people's theory and ideas are. So I love chatting with you guys. I really, really have enjoyed communicating in the comments with you guys, so keep that up. If you're new, of course, subscribe to the channel. I know there's somewhere in my YouTube studio analytics that tells me how many people are watching versus how many are subscribed. Based on how many views I have and how many subscribers I have, I'm going to say that there's a large gap. I don't know where it's at to find the percentage, but subscribe. And if you guys like the content, please like the video. I definitely appreciate that. Share it with your friends. And keep commenting if there's any content that you guys are needing to help you. If I'm capable of making it, it's my absolute pleasure to help you guys. So I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. I know you guys have tons of other things you could be doing. And you know the drill, guys. Stay positive and enjoy the game. Have an awesome evening, guys. Appreciate you.